You've stumbled upon something extraordinary, something that feels like a whisper from the universe itself, tugging at your heart in ways you can't quite explain. There's a reason you're here, reading these words, feeling that subtle pull in your chest, like a quiet alarm ringing deep within your soul. This isn't just a moment, it's a divine appointment, a sacred pause in the chaos of life, orchestrated by forces far greater than you or me. Archangel Michael, the mighty protector, has been watching over you with a love so fierce it could shake the heavens. He's been standing guard, not just as a silent observer, but as a warrior who's fought battles you'll never see, shielding you from dangers you didn't even know were creeping closer. Last night, he stood before the gates of heaven, not with his usual sword in hand, but with tears streaming down his face, his heart heavy with urgency. He wasn't crying because he's wikey. No, Michael is anything but weak. He cried because he sees what's coming for you, a storm on the horizon, a shift so significant it could change the course of your life. And he knows you might not see it until it's too late. This message isn't random. It's not something you just happened to find while scrolling through the noise of the world. It's a deliberate act of divine intervention, a final plea from heaven to get your attention before something critical unfolds. Michael begged God for this chance, one last opportunity to reach you, to shake you awake from the slumber of routine and distraction. Hours, maybe even days, of spiritual effort went into making sure these words found their way to you. If you ignore this, if you let it slip through your fingers like so many other signs before, you can't say no one tried to warn you. There's something stirring behind the scenes, something you can't yet feel, but heaven can. It's like the air before a storm, still, heavy, charged with an energy you can't ignore once you notice it. Michael has seen it, and he's desperate for you to understand before it's too late. Right now, there's a shift happening, a movement in the spiritual realm that's been carefully tracked by God himself. It's not just a vague feeling or a random coincidence. It's a precise, orchestrated event, like pieces on a chessboard being moved into place. Michael pleaded with God, asking for permission to deliver this warning, this revelation, directly to you. And God, in his infinite mercy, agreed. He said, "Give them one more chance." That's why you're here, reading this right now. That's why you feel that strange tug in your heart, like something is trying to get your attention, like a silent alarm that won't stop ringing. Don't brush it off, not this time. This isn't like the other moments when you felt a nudge and ignored it, telling yourself it was nothing. This is personal. This is about your name, your future, and something you prayed for long ago, something you thought God forgot. He didn't forget. Heaven has been holding on to it, waiting for the perfect moment to release it back to you. Last night, Michael stood before the gates of heaven, trembling not with fear, but with the weight of what he knows. Even the other angels, who are used to his strength and fire, stood back in awe, silent as they watched him plead for you. He said, "They're not listening. They don't understand what's coming. If they skip this again, I won't be able to protect them the way I want to." And God, in his endless love, gave Michael permission to speak to you now, through this message, through these words that feel like they're piercing straight into your soul. This isn't about scaring you, it's about preparing you. There's something happening behind your back, something you haven't noticed yet, but heaven has. Someone you know, someone with a face you'd recognize in an instant, is making decisions, having conversations, doing things that could affect you deeply. Michael is begging you to listen now. Before the truth comes crashing in when you least expect it, there's a secret unfolding. A truth being hidden from you by someone who acts like everything is fine. Their smile is a mask, their words carefully chosen to keep you in the dark, but heaven sees through it. Michael has seen the cost of this lie, the damage it could do if you don't act in time. This isn't just a warning, it's an invitation to step into the truth before it unravels something sacred in your life. You're not reading this by accident. This is a divine setup, a moment you were never supposed to see until today, a revelation that's been hidden until this very second. Don't take it lightly. Some truths, when ignored, can't be undone. Michael cried because you've been missing the signs, the random chills that run down your spine, the dreams that feel too vivid to be just dreams, the names or faces that pop into your mind at 3 a.m. Those aren't coincidences. They're heaven's emergency system, the way the divine reaches out to those it loves the most, especially those who've already been through so much. You've suffered enough. God has seen it. All the tears you cried when no one was watching. The prayers you whispered when you thought no one was listening. Michael has been there, guarding you silently, fighting battles you didn't even know were being waged. But now, he needs you to meet him halfway. He needs you to choose to listen, to trust, to believe that this message was meant for you. If you do, what happens next could rewrite your entire story. You're still here, still reading, and that's no small thing. Your soul knows something your mind hasn't fully grasped yet. That's all heaven needed, just a crack in the door, a sliver of your attention, to deliver this message that's been burning in Michael's spirit for days. He's been circling your name, defending your path, holding back something dark that was meant to reach you. But the shield he's placed around you is starting to thin, and he can't hold it alone forever. There's a conversation happening right now, behind closed doors, about you. It's not strangers talking, it's people you know, people you've laughed with, shared meals with, trusted with pieces of your heart. But their words aren't pure. They're deciding something about your future without you even knowing. And Michael has been fighting to interrupt it in the spiritual realm. But heaven can only go so far without your participation. That's why this message exists, not to scare you, but to wake you up. Your name is on lips that shouldn't be speaking it, and you deserve to know why. There's a miracle circling you right now, something so powerful it could change everything. It might look like a simple opportunity, chance meeting, a new connection, a sudden change in plans, but it's more than that. Michael says it's the answer to a prayer you whispered when you were at your lowest, when you felt like the world had turned its back on you. You didn't think God heard you, but he did. He wrapped your prayer in divine timing, and that timing is now, this very week. Asterisk, asterisk, but there's a catch. Alongside this miracle, there's a distraction coming, a test designed to pull you away from the very thing you've been praying for. It might feel tempting, familiar, like something you've wanted before, but it's a trap. If you choose it, you could delay your promise by months, or even lose it entirely. Heaven is urging you to stay sharp, to keep your eyes open, because this miracle won't come with flashing lights or a loud announcement. It'll look ordinary on the outside, but when you step into it, you'll feel the divine difference. Your response to this moment, to this message, will determine what happens in the next 7 days. Miracles are sensitive. They don't wait forever. They knock once, maybe twice, and then they move on. Michael is pleading with you not to let this one pass you by. Someone is about to say something to you, a phrase, a question, a sentence that seems small but carries immense weight. When you hear it, you'll feel it, like a spark of recognition, a moment of déjà vu. Don't ignore it. That's the sign heaven has aligned to confirm this message. It's the key to your next breakthrough, the moment when everything starts to shift. Don't run from it. Don't hide from it. Don't pretend it's not real. Heaven has noticed how you've ignored signs before, and they've forgiven it. But this time is different. This time, there's a deadline, a countdown in the spiritual realm that Michael has seen with his own eyes. It's ticking toward something massive, a revelation that will touch your home, your relationships, and a major connection in your life. Someone you trust deeply is being tested right now, and the outcome depends on whether you listen to this warning. There's also someone from your past, someone who left you, physically or emotionally, someone who might still be alive or watching from heaven. They've been trying to get a message to you, something they never said when they were near, something they regret hiding. Michael says it's urgent now, and they've been begging God to let you hear it. Pay attention to the nudges you feel. In the next 24 hours, the songs that seem to speak directly to you, the names that pop up unexpectedly, the dreams that feel too real to dismiss. These are not random. They're codes, keys, to unlock the next piece of your miracle. You are not forgotten, not abandoned, not cursed. You are chosen, protected, marked for a purpose, even when it didn't feel like it. Even on the nights when you cried alone, questioning if God was real, Michael was there, whispering back, but your grief was too loud to hear him. Now your heart is softer, the walls have cracked, and that's all heaven needed to step in. There's one thing you must do, one brave act to unlock what's waiting. You have to let go of the thing you keep revisiting in your mind, the mistake you can't forgive yourself for, the heartbreak that still stings, the missed opportunity that haunts you, the person who chose someone else. You're carrying it like a weight, and it's crowding the space where your miracle is meant to land. Release it, not because they deserve it, but because you do. You deserve peace, wholeness, joy. Michael is ready to defend you as you step forward, his wings stretched, his sword drawn. But he needs you to say, "Yes, I'm ready." Your decision to stay here, to keep reading, is already a sign that your soul is listening. Not everyone was meant to find this message, but you did. That means you have spiritual ears to hear, a heart open enough to receive what's coming. A shift is coming, so big it would overwhelm you if you saw it all at once. That's why God is revealing it slowly, piece by piece, like a puzzle coming together. The key to it all is inside you, and this message is the confirmation you've been waiting for. You've wondered why things keep falling apart just when they seem to be working out, why people come close and then leave, why success feels so fleeting. It's not a curse, it's protection. Heaven has been closing doors that would have led you away from your destiny. That job, that relationship, that situation, they weren't rejections. They were Now, Michael says the delay is over. The green light has been given in heaven, but you have to step out in faith before you see the proof. That's the test most people skip. But you can't afford to this time. Your name is being spoken in rooms you haven't entered yet. God is positioning people to help you, people who don't even know your full story but feel drawn to you, compelled to say your name. That's divine orchestration, the angels whispering your worth into the right hearts. But for this miracle to land, you need to prepare spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Clear the clutter from your life. Make room for what you've prayed for. Don't just hope for it to act like it's already yours. That faith tells heaven you're ready. And when you move in belief, the miracle arrives faster than you could imagine. Someone is watching you closely. Someone you might not even notice. They've seen your growth, your struggles, your strength, and it's touched them deeply. They've been quiet, waiting, but Michael says they're going through a spiritual awakening because of you. In the next 6 days, they'll reach out, maybe through a message, maybe in person, and that conversation will shift everything. Don't be afraid, just listen. This person is part of your miracle, a piece of the puzzle heaven is putting together. Time is bending for you right now, accelerating in ways that defy human logic. What should take years could happen in days, but you have to be ready to move when the sign comes. It'll feel unexpected, uncomfortable, like a sudden detour. Don't fight it. That's Michael clearing the path as you walk. There's also something from your childhood, a moment you've forgotten, a word or experience that planted a lie in your heart. Maybe I'm not enough. That lie has shaped you more than you realize, making you shrink when you should have stood tall, tolerate when you should have walked away. But Michael says today is the last day that lie gets to live. Heaven is rewriting your identity. You are not broken, not behind, not forgotten. You are chosen, protected, sent for this moment. The enemy has been trying to distract you with small problems, toxic thoughts, petty arguments, just to keep you from this moment. Don't take the bait. Guard your energy. You don't have to respond to everything or explain yourself to everyone. Heaven knows your heart, and right now it needs your focus. There's a miracle disguised as a problem in your life right now. You've been praying for clarity, but instead, something got complicated. That's not a mistake, it's a setup. What looks like a mess is the ground shaking, making space for something new. Don't try to control it, trust it. Some storms come to clear the path, not destroy it. Soon, you'll look back and realize this was the moment everything changed. There's also a hidden document, a contract, something with your name on it, being reviewed in both the spiritual and physical realms. A delay is being broken, and a decision will be made in your favor. But your energy must align with the outcome you want. Stay in faith, speak life, because your words are helping heaven finalize what your prayers started. Michael is standing over your life with a divine command, waiting for your yes. Your obedience is the key that unlocks heaven's power. Say, I believe, I receive, and the atmosphere will shift. The thing that's been delayed will come rushing in like a flood, but you have to stay present, stay open, and not skip this moment. An unexpected turn is coming, one that might scare you at first. It won't make sense, but it's not trouble, it's transformation. The enemy will try to send confusion, making you doubt the people you love, or question decisions you were once sure of. Don't fall for it. This isn't abandonment, it's activation. Michael is removing the noise so you can hear God's instruction clearly. Something major was canceled because of your obedience, a trap, a betrayal, a setup with your name on it. Because you stayed humble, forgave when you didn't want to, chose love over hate. Heaven stepped in and rewrote the plan. You don't know how close that attack came, but Michael blocked it, and God smiled. Now, you're not just protected, you're being rewarded. A divine reversal is coming, turning what was meant for harm into a testimony that will shock you. Your enemies will be confused, wondering why their plans failed, why you keep rising. It's not luck, it's divine covering. Michael will walk with you for the next 21 days, closer than ever, and within that time, something will break. Habit, a fear, a cycle that's kept you stuck. It'll happen not by your effort, but by your surrender. There's someone whose name keeps coming back to your heart, someone you've tried to forget but can't. The connection between you isn't ordinary, it's spiritual. Michael has seen the blueprint of your bond, and while the love is real, the timing has been off. One of you was healing, the other hiding. But now, a divine reconciliation is possible, not guaranteed, but possible. Michael has been whispering to both of you through dreams, songs, and signs. Soon, one of you will reach out. Don't reject it outright. Listen, feel, discern. Within the next 72 hours, you'll see a sign, a message, a dream, an old memory resurfacing. If you honor it, this moment could shift your entire love life, moving you toward a sacred love that heals and stays. God doesn't want you to settle for survival love. He wants you to experience divine love, built on truth and forgiveness. You are not late. You are not too far gone. The voice that tells you you've missed your chance is a lie, born of shame, not truth. Heaven works on divine time, not human clocks. And Michael says, your time is now. Every tear, every loss, every delay was preparation for this moment. Now that you've listened, everything begins to move. Speak this out loud today, even if it's just a whisper. I receive what is meant for me. I surrender my fears. I walk into my miracle. I trust that heaven knows what I need. When you say it, heaven hears you, and the wheels of your destiny begin to turn. Asterisk, asterisk, beloved. You've stayed this far, and that's no small thing. Heaven sees you, knows you, and loves you more than you can comprehend. Archangel Michael is standing beside you, his presence, a shield and a promise that you're not alone. The next 7 days are sacred. Watch for the signs. Listen to the whispers, and trust the path unfolding before you. Your miracle is closer than you think. Step boldly, love fiercely, and believe deeply. You were made for this moment. Asterisk, asterisk, your heart is still beating with the echo of this message, and that's no accident. You've lingered here, held by an invisible thread, a divine pull that refuses to let you go. Archangel Michael's presence is stronger now, his energy wrapping around you like a warm embrace, urging you to keep moving forward, to hold fast to the truth you've just received. This isn't the end of the message, it's the beginning of a journey, a sacred path that's unfolding with every step you take. Heaven is not done speaking, and there's more you need to hear, more you need to understand, to fully grasp the magnitude of what's being prepared for you. Let's dive deeper, beloved, into the layers of this divine revelation, because the universe is aligning, and your role in this moment is more critical than you realize. Asterisk, asterisk, the air around you feels different now, doesn't it? There's a heaviness, a quiet intensity, like the moment before a sunrise, when the world holds its breath. That's the spiritual realm pressing closer. Heaven leaning in to make sure you don't miss what's next. Michael has been fighting for you, not just in the battles you can't see, but in the moments when your heart felt too heavy to keep going. He's seen the nights you questioned your worth, the days you wondered if your prayers were even reaching the sky. Every tear you shed, every sigh you let out in the dark, God collected them all. They weren't wasted, they were seeds planted in divine soil, and now they're about to bloom in ways you never imagined. But for those seeds to break through, you have to stay awake, stay present, stay open to what heaven is doing right now. Your heart is still beating with the echo of this message, and that's no accident. You've lingered here, held by an invisible thread, a divine pull that refuses to let you go. Archangel Michael's presence is stronger now, his energy wrapping around you like a warm embrace, urging you to keep moving forward, to hold fast to the truth you've just received. This isn't the end of the message, it's the beginning of a journey, a sacred path that's unfolding with every step you take. Heaven is not done speaking, and there's more you need to hear, more you need to understand, to fully grasp the magnitude of what's being prepared for you. Let's dive deeper, beloved, into the layers of this divine revelation, because the universe is aligning, and your role in this moment is more critical than you realize. The air around you feels different now, doesn't it? There's a heaviness, a quiet intensity, like the moment before a sunrise, when the world holds its breath. That's the spiritual realm pressing closer, heaven leaning in to make sure you don't miss what's next. Michael has been fighting for you, not just in the battles you can't see, but in the moments when your heart felt too heavy to keep going. He's seen the nights you questioned your worth, the days you wondered if your prayers were even reaching the sky. Every tear you shed, every sigh you let out in the dark, God collected them all. They weren't wasted, they were seeds planted in divine soil, and now they're about to bloom in ways you never imagined. But for those seeds to break through, you have to stay awake, stay present, stay open to what heaven is doing right now. There's a rhythm to this moment, a pulse that's syncing your life with a higher purpose. Michael says the next 21 days are a sacred window, a time when the veil between the physical and spiritual is thinner than usual. During this time, you'll feel things more deeply, intuitions that seem to come from nowhere, dreams that linger, like a memory you can't shake, conversations that feel heavy with meaning. These are not random. They're signposts, markers that heaven is using to guide you toward your next breakthrough. But you have to choose to follow them. Michael can't force you to see what's right in front of you, and God won't override your free will. That's why this message keeps circling back to your choice, your yes, your willingness to trust that something bigger is at play. Let's talk about the people around you, the ones who are part of this unfolding story. There's someone close to you, maybe a friend, a family member, a colleague who's been acting differently, hasn't there? Their words might seem normal, their smile might look the same, but something feels off, like a note played slightly out of tune. Michael has seen it. He's watched their intentions, heard their private thoughts, and he knows they're wrestling with something they haven't told you. This isn't about paranoia or fear, it's about awareness. Heaven is giving you a heads up, not to make you suspicious, but to prepare you for a truth that's about to surface. This person might not mean to hurt you, but their silence is creating a ripple effect that could disrupt something sacred in your life if you don't act with wisdom in the next few days. You might overhear a conversation, receive a message, or notice a look that confirms what Michael is warning you about. When that moment comes, don't react out of emotion. Pause, breathe, ask heaven for clarity. Michael is ready to guide you through this, to show you how to respond with grace and strength. This isn't about confrontation, it's about protection. Your heart, your home, your future, they're too valuable to be caught off guard. And here's the beautiful part. Even as this truth unfolds, there's a miracle waiting on the other side. It might look like a new opportunity, a restored relationship, or a sudden shift in circumstances. But it's tied to a prayer you made long ago, one you thought had been forgotten. God has been working on it all this time, shaping it, perfecting it, waiting for you to be ready to receive it. Now, let's talk about the distractions, because they're coming and they're clever. The enemy doesn't always show up with obvious attacks. Sometimes it's a subtle pull, a shiny temptation that looks like it belongs in your life but is designed to derail you. Maybe it's a person who suddenly reappears, stirring up old feelings. Maybe it's an opportunity that seems too good to pass up but feels wrong in your spirit. Maybe it's a wave of doubt that makes you question everything you've believed. Michael says these distractions are timed perfectly to pull you away from the miracle that's almost in your hands. Don't fall for it. Stay grounded. Stay focused. When you feel that tug of temptation, that urge to veer off course, whisper to yourself, "This is not my path." That simple act of defiance will signal to heaven that you're serious, that you're ready for what's been promised. There's also a deeper layer to this message, something Michael wants you to understand about your past. There's a wound you've carried, maybe from childhood, maybe from a moment you barely remember. It could be a word someone spoke over you, a rejection that cut deeper than you realized, a belief that took root and shaped how you see yourself. Michael says that wound has been whispering lies to you for years, lies like "I'm not worthy," "I'll never be enough," or "I always mess things up." Those lies have held you back, made you hesitate when you should have leaped, made you settle when you should have demanded more. But today, heaven is drawing a line in the sand. That wound no longer gets to define you. Michael is standing with his sword raised, ready to cut those lies from your life once and for all. You are enough. You are chosen. You are loved beyond measure. This moment is about more than just avoiding danger or claiming about stepping into your true identity. Heaven has been preparing you for something bigger than you can see right now. Something that requires you to let go of the old stories you've told yourself. That job you lost, that relationship that ended, that dream that didn't work out. They weren't failures. They were training grounds, teaching you resilience, wisdom, and faith. Now you're standing at the edge of a new chapter, and Michael is urging you to step forward with courage. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to see the whole path. All you need is the faith to take one step, then another, trusting that heaven is guiding you to exactly where you're meant to be. There's a specific moment coming, Michael says, within the next 6 days. It might be a phone call, a chance encounter, or a sudden realization that hits you like a lightning bolt. It'll feel like the universe is speaking directly to you, confirming everything you've read here. When it happens, don't second guess it. Don't talk yourself out of it. That's heaven's way of saying, you're on the right track. And when you recognize it, when you feel that spark of divine alignment, say a quiet prayer of gratitude. Thank God for His faithfulness. Thank Michael for his protection. And thank yourself for staying open to this message. That gratitude will anchor you, keeping you steady as the miracle begins to unfold. There's also a connection in your life, a person, a relationship that's been heavy on your heart. Maybe it's someone you loved deeply, someone you lost, someone you're still trying to understand. Michael says this connection is not a coincidence. It's part of your spiritual blueprint, a bond that was formed for a purpose. If this person is still in your life, there's a conversation coming, one that could bring healing or closure. If they're no longer here, their spirit is still reaching out, trying to deliver a message through dreams, signs, or memories. Pay attention to these moments. They're not just nostalgia, they're divine communication, a way for heaven to tie up loose ends and prepare you for what's next. This person, whether present or past, is linked to your miracle. And Michael is working to bring clarity to this connection. As you move forward, know that you're not alone. Michael is walking with you, his presence a constant reminder that you're protected, guided, and loved. But he needs your partnership. He needs you to stay vigilant, to guard your heart against negativity, to speak words of life over yourself and your future. Every time you choose faith over fear, love over bitterness, hope over despair, you're aligning yourself with heaven's plan. And that plan is bigger than you can imagine. It's not just about one miracle. It's about a series of divine moments that will reshape your life, your relationships, your purpose. There's a document, a decision, a contract with your name on it, Michael says. It's being reviewed right now, both in the spiritual and physical realms. Maybe it's a job offer, a legal matter, a financial breakthrough, or something you can't yet see. There's been a delay, a holdup that's frustrated you, but that delay is breaking. A decision is coming in your favor, but you have to stay in alignment. Speak positivity over your situation. Declare that what's meant for you is already yours. Your words have power. They're helping heaven finalize what your prayers started. And when this breakthrough comes, it'll be bigger than you expected. A testament to God's faithfulness and Michael's relentless protection. Beloved, you are standing on holy ground. This moment, this message, is a sacred invitation to step into the life you were always meant to live. Archangel Michael is by your side, his sword drawn, his wings outstretched, ready to guide you through the next season. The miracles you've prayed for, the healing you've longed for, the love you've dreamed of, they're closer than you think. Stay awake, stay faithful, and watch as heaven moves mountains on your behalf. You are loved, you are seen, and you are destined for greatness. Asterisk, asterisk, if these words have stirred something in your soul, don't let this connection fade. Like and subscribe to keep receiving these divine messages, these whispers from heaven that are meant just for you. Share this with someone who needs a spark of hope, because you could be the one to light their path. We love you deeply, and we're here cheering you on. You have no idea what you almost missed. Something divine has been chasing you, calling your name in the stillness of the night. Answer it, beloved. Your miracle is waiting.